The first we have concepted in four modules, let's say. The first one is the concept of fairness in AI, which is more introduction. So this is the
Nice.
first module.
Yeah, there's so much variety in these courses, and like some like ours are broad, but others like yours seem really comprehensive, and you've really dug into the fairness side. We have
Yeah.
a little bit on fairness in our kind of third, in our ethics part, but it seems that you've kind of really honed in on it.
Yeah. Okay. The second module, it is the bias in data, and it's more practical module, let's say. So there is just a few slides here when we introduce some existing tools, let's say, used in order, open source tools used in order to detect and mitigate bias. And I'm introducing here three AI Fairness 360, the Fair ML, and also the Google What If tool with a very short demo, let's say. So this is the
Nice. And how do
second
you
one.
plan for so you're saying about mitigating gender bias? Is this kind of more on a like hands-on approach with the kind of data handling side, or is this more coming from the more like theoretical angle?
No, it's yeah, I can open it, or I think. Let me
Sure.
show the exercise. Yeah, to you. I explain a bit about detecting and mitigating gender bias on credit decisions. I've used the data set from Kaggle. And the steps in order to involve are import the toolkit and install, write import statement, set bias decision option, load data set. There is some activity related to cleaning the data set and splitting it. I also keep the cleaning part here because I want them to be engaged from the scratch, let's say, not to provide a clean data set.
I absolutely agree. I always find that that's a bit, I'm a statistician, so I always find that that bit's always really
yeah, I'm a statistician too. I have been working for 8 years in the National Office of Statistics in Albania. And yeah, I like the field. And data pre-processing and cleaning is a very important task, let's say.
Yeah.
And about how to compute fairness metrics on the original data set, how to compute fairness on predicted values, applying the disparate impact remover because the data set contains bias, and also train a model after that. And we recalculate the fairness metrics in order to show that the data now, after it has been unbiased, let's say. So this is a bit of how I have organized it. I have not done any recording for that.
No, this looks incredible. So this looks like a really useful kind of example for people to be able to work through.
Yeah, and at the end, for example, the disparate impact that they calculated goes to 0.95, which is almost one, let's say. So this is to show to them. This is one. And the second one that I have to separate in another file, it's about how they can use the fairness dashboard for Fair and Learn from Microsoft in order to detect the bias, but also to mitigate it. So they can detect using the dashboard, but they need also to mitigate it. So there will be just two different examples with two tools. So this is what we consider to have under the mitigation and gender bias.
Excellent.
The bias in data one.
Good, yeah, excellent.
So I'll keep the same data set. And the third module is bias in NLP. In this module, the first one, it will be introduction to NLP, and I have prepared some slides for that, but I'm reviewing it because I consider it very basic. Let's say I started from the first concept, what NLP is, and also what you mean with word segmentation, sentence segmentation, and so on, but I don't know if I should keep that basic or not. So this is a question on my mind, let's say, about that introduction. And the first one, so in the first one, I'll talk about the NLP, the concept, the ground, let's say, and including word feature extraction, word embedding, and also some machine learning approach in order to process the text. And in the second one, we have fairness and bias in NLP. And here we have we talk about the fairness and bias in NLP. And in the third one, we have gender and racial bias in NLP. But still, you know, I have to upload some of the content. It is almost finished also, this module. And the last one, which we have not finalized yet, it is bias in graph embeddings, and this is the most difficult part.
Wow, it looks really comprehensive. It looks really lots of hands-on exercises in there, which is great. And it's such an interesting course because it's so relevant to today. It's such an interesting kind of concept.